we'll be solving a non-linear type of simultaneous equation. So a non-linear simultaneous equation is an equation that has a power. So in this case we have x squared. So because there is this 2 as the power, this equation becomes non-linear. On the other hand, if we have an equation without any powers, or power 1, because x power 1 is the same as x and y power 1 is the same as y, so if we have an equation of this sort, this is called as a linear equation. Whenever we have an equation that's power is not 1, it's a non-linear equation. So x squared plus 2y is equal to 5 becomes the non-linear equation, but x minus y is equal to minus 1 is the linear equation. So for these types of equations, we really won't be able to solve it using the elimination method. It's going to take a really long time. So a shorter way in this case would be the substitution method. And this was discussed in a previous video which we had posted. So we'll be substituting in this type of scenario. So we need to use a linear equation always in order to substitute. That's always a rule. So always make sure that you use the linear equation. This has to be used the whole time. So we have x minus y is equal to minus 1. This is our linear equation. Now we need to make one variable the subject. So let's make x the subject. So x is equal to minus 1 plus y. That's a value of x. So I've just moved the minus y to the other side. So I get minus 1 plus y. So x is equal to minus 1 plus y. Now with the substitution method, we have equation 1 and equation 2. So I used equation 2 to make one variable the subject because it's a linear equation. Now I'm going to substitute this into equation 1 so I can get my answer. So we have x squared plus 2y is equal to 5, and we know x is equal to minus 1 plus y. So we can directly go ahead and substitute the value of x. So because x is minus 1 plus y, the first equation becomes minus 1 plus y squared plus 2y is equal to 5. So my x is here, I've just substituted it to get x squared. So minus 1 plus y squared plus 2y is equal to 5. Now you should notice that in this equation all my variables are one thing, that is y. So I have y on both sides of the equation and therefore I'll be able to solve it. So let's expand this. So this becomes minus 1 plus y squared. So this is the same as minus 1 squared plus 2 into minus 1 y plus y squared. I have got this from the a plus b squared identity. So I hope you know the a plus b squared identity. It's if you have something like a plus b squared, this is the same as a squared plus 2 into a into b plus b squared. If I were to expand this, it will be a plus b into a plus b. I'm just expanding this, so that gives me a squared, a times a, plus a times b, plus b times a, plus b times b. So that's the same as a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So this and this, they're all the same thing. So that's what I've done. I've just used the identity in order to expand my minus 1 plus y squared. So I have that plus 2y is equal to 5. So that's my equation. So what's minus 1 squared? That's the same as 1 minus 2y. So this is minus 2 times y is minus 2y plus y squared plus 2y is equal to 5. So we've got that. Now we can start taking terms on one side of the equation. Minus 2y and 2y will cancel out, and y squared can be on this side is equal to 5 minus 1. I'm moving the 1 to the other side, so it becomes 5 minus 1. So y squared is equal to 4. Now here we can get y by doing the square root of 4. So that gives us y as plus or minus 2. Remember, whenever you're square rooting, you need to have two answers. So you'll have 2 and you can also have minus 2, because 2 squared gives you 4, but minus 2 squared also gives you 4. So always take into account that whenever you are square rooting something, you will always have two answers. You will have the positive value as well as the negative value. You should always notice that in a non-linear simultaneous equation, so I've got my non-linear equation as this, and because this is power 2, it's x squared, I will always get two solutions. Suppose if this was x cubed plus 2y is equal to 5, I'll get 3 solutions. If it was x power say 10, I'll get 10 solutions. So this essentially is a quadratic equation. X squared plus 2y minus 5 is sort of a quadratic equation because the highest power is power 2. So I'll be having 2 solutions in this whole equation as the answer. So we have y as plus or minus 2. So my y is equal to 2. My y can also be minus 2. Now we need to find the value of x. Notice that we already had an equation connecting x and y in a very simple form, which is x is equal to minus 1 plus y. So if y is equal to 2, x is going to be minus 1 plus 2, which is equal to 1. And if y is minus 2, x is going to be equal to minus 1 plus minus 2, which is the same as minus 1 minus 2, which is minus 3. So I've got 2 pairs of solutions. Always remember that because the simultaneous equation had its highest power as 2, I'll have 2 solutions. It's good to keep that in mind. So therefore, my solutions are x as 1 and y as 2, or keep this or x as 3 and y as minus 2. There would be some questions which ask you to express the solutions of this equation in coordinate form. So it's very simple to do that. All you need to do is just, because the coordinates format is x comma y, so it's very similar, just substitute the values. So if x is 1 and y is 2, your coordinate form will be 1 comma 2, or x is minus 3 and y is minus 2, so you'll have minus 3 comma minus 2. Therefore, the solutions to this simultaneous equation, x squared plus 2y is equal to 5 and x minus y is equal to minus 1, are these: x is 1, y is 2, x is minus 3, y is minus 2. So always take into account that you need to have one linear equation and substitute that linear equation into the non-linear equation to get all your values.